Okay, so a 1-1 draw. United 1, Arsenal 1 at Old Trafford on a rainy old day in Manchester. It saw United scoring a goal in the first half. At the end of the first half, Arsenal getting back into the swing of things. Could have easily won the game as well. We will chat about the man of matches, the performances that just didn't make the cut for United and maybe for Arsenal as well, and your thoughts about going into the next game. Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1. I'm with James, myself, Joe, and Patrick.
Boom.
James, what are we saying then? 1-1 draw, your first watch along for Stretford Paddock. Hit subscribe.
Yep.
Enjoyable game, or was it not what we wanted?
I mean, ultimately, it wasn't what we wanted. There were some enjoyable moments. There were some decent performances, but it ultimately felt a lot of the time like those performances were compromised by silly mistakes. Like Tuanzebe would be the kind of he was great for most of the match, and then
one mistake,
and
that's it.
Lets himself down.
Is it a sign? Is it therefore a sign of where we are as a club at the moment?
Well, yeah, I think it is, isn't it?
Tuanzebe, if you're hating on Tuanzebe now because of that game, you can bugger off, because it's just one game which he's made a mistake, and which every other time I've seen him play for United, he's been very, very solid. And I think he will become a very, very solid player and an important player for United in the future.
I hope so.
And I think maybe that's just, he sort of in a way represents where we are as a club at the moment. A bit maybe don't have the experience, we don't have the maturity necessarily that allows us to challenge consistently against top 6 teams, because we make the occasional mistake, or we don't finish this occasionally, or we pass the ball to the defence, to Aubameyang or Saka rather, as that happened with us.
So United pick up a draw at home. It's not the best outcome of this game. Was there any times where you thought United were going to get all 3 points? And who was the players that looked like that they were going to win the 3 points for United?
For me, Scott McTominay was good. Yeah. I think he had long periods of the game where he dominated the midfield, and it's not just because of his goal. We were saying before his goal that he had been having a good game, and his goal was a cherry on top of that. It was a well taken goal. It was a leader's goal. Pick the ball up, smashing it into the top corner. So I think he really, really had good moments in his game, to his game, and I think coming out of the first, there's that. It was until about the 50th minute, 52nd minute, we really controlled that second half, and then we let it get away from us. We lost the ball, and in that 10 minutes of possession that Arsenal had, complete control of it. That was it. So that moment coming out of the second half, I thought, I don't see them get back into this.
What I would say though is I didn't think it was like a United performance that was going to win the game. I just thought Arsenal was so lacklustre that we couldn't lose the game.
Exactly. We're just getting highlights of some of this stuff here whilst we're watching this. Get into the chat now. A lot of your theme in this chat is about one player in particular. Who would you say, without looking at the chat, is getting the most
Marcus Rashford.
Well, Pogba.
No, Marcus Rashford. Eye in the sky. Rashford is a brainless player. The one new style that works in our team to have Christian Eriksen feeding him the ball. That's what we make Rashford a better player.
Everybody's saying Christian Eriksen. He wants to go to Spain. That's why he didn't come. That's why he didn't come in the summer. He's not coming to United. Sorry.
Rashford was poor, but definitely carrying an injury.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's not 100%. There's no doubt in I think any of our minds that he's not 100%. Doesn't excuse it.
Yeah,
but he's not 100%.
Ricky says Rashford again. What is wrong with him? He's forced to play centrally. He should be on the right wing.
He's going through he's left wing. He's going through a dry patch. He's going through what forwards do, which is sometimes that they struggle. He's been thrust in at 21 years old, told to lead the line. That's a hard thing to do. Did I think he was ready? Yes. Have I been proved wrong? Yes. But I think he's still going to be an important player for United in 5 years' time? Yes.
But this is why I'm surprised the comments aren't more against Pogba. Pogba's old enough. He's part of a World Cup winning team. He's got to take some fucking burden, take some responsibility. And
especially if the money is floating around that he demands. There's one player as well that I think should be getting a bit of stick, and I don't think it should be anywhere near United squad at all, and that's Jesse Lingard.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why we're not pointing him out because he's doing nothing in that United team. Rashford is missing chances when he's getting on the ball. He's getting the ball and he's finding space, and the ball is coming to him from the midfielders. Jesse Lingard is not doing anything for Manchester United.
He runs about a bit. And
he runs about. People say, it's what he does off the ball. I fucking do stuff off the ball. I'm not on the ball now, but I'm doing fucking more than him in that game against Arsenal.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't see it happening or working for Manchester United over the next couple of games when we really need a player who stands up and be counted for, because that's what we need. And unfortunately, Jesse Lingard.
Yeah.
I mean, Lingard used to be perfect with it when he collected the ball and he had confidence to take shots on. I don't know if he took is he had a dig? Is it a cross? Has he had a killer pass? There was nothing in his game.
He looks uncomfortable now in a United shirt walking out. He doesn't have the same swagger that he did a couple of seasons ago. Maybe when he played that vital role in the FA Cup final, for example.
Exactly.
Look,
it's the swagger. Maybe
it's getting. I think Jesse Lingard can maybe do a job off the bench. He finds gaps when he comes off a bench. He has a bit of dynamism, a bit of energy. I think you get into a point where now you say maybe he can't even do that. But I think it's a telltale sign of where we are as a club right now that Lingard basically had to start that game.
Yeah.
Gomez is a bit.
Well, the squad depth
Gomez
isn't
is ill or injured or whatever, from what we understand.
And even if he's not, he's still young. We shouldn't be having to
Gomez,
rely
not
on...
Lingard. Lingard's not young.
No, but what I mean is like the depth of the squad is relying on youth players.
Right,
that's not right.
We've got about, and I'm going to give us another minute and a half maybe of just slagging United off, and then we'll look to positives and we'll look to man of match and we'll look to the next game as well. So you've got about 30 seconds to get your negative comments in. I'll read them out and then we'll stop. Let's talk about Ashley Young. Did you rate any of his?
Nope.
What he did today?
Nope.
I don't think he was like the cause of problem.
No. Yep, he was.
I don't know about him on corners.
I think for me, Ashley Young, you can say he's not the cause of the problem because he gave the ball away a couple of times that could have developed into a goal, and also he cannot cross the ball to save his life. He shouldn't be delivering crosses for Manchester United. He shouldn't be delivering corners for Manchester United. Thank you very much for your service, for the stuff that you've gone through as a player to sort of change position and stuff. He is not a first team player. And again, the fact that we're relying on him as a first-team player is because we don't have a third backup, which is what you need in the modern day, especially when you play intensive football in intensive training regimes like we do. No, sorry, you're not first-team quality anymore.
I'm getting a lot of
Fair
stick for
play.
saying the positives.
We'll do the because there are positives. There are positives.
I mean,
there
are there any positives?
De Gea
Yes,
wasn't
absolutely. De Gea was
making
solid.
the sort of mistakes that I think we
So
don't
De Gea's
want
coming
him
back
to
into
see.
form. Positive number one.
It certainly looks like it.
Scott McTominay, positive number 2, good.
Yeah.
And has been all season and will continue to develop. There he is. Look at
totally-
beautiful man.
He's totally solid. And that's what we need.
We need a solid midfielder alongside Pogba.
Yeah.
I think Maguire's going to be getting a lot of stick for his defensive position for the goal. I'm gonna squeeze. I know a lot of you are going to disagree with this. Transabi, but if we look, we can't exclude the mistake. So the mistake means that his performance wasn't good. Yeah. But if we exclude the mistake for a second, his performance his performance was good, and I think it's a promising sign that he will be an important part of our defence in the future. Look,
I think
what happened for a variety of reasons, and it sucks because we drew the game, which feels like a loss based on those reasons, and that sucks. I hope he pulls his head up and says, you know what, there's other reasons. There was Maguire's positioning, there was Lindelof's positioning. It wasn't just my fault. We're going to move forward.
I think the way you'll view this game is how you view United. If you think that today we should be challenging for the title and we should have won this game and walked all over Arsenal,
deluded.
Because this is a crap Arsenal team, then obviously this is going to be crap. But if you want to try and look at it with a slight positive sheen and say there was a few decent individual performances from young players, then we could maybe start to see how there can be some progress.
I'm just going to get to some of the positive comments. Lots of positives from Fraser here. Said, we play good football, we're developing a style, and there's some positives for the future. Let's just talk about, Mike says, we need a player who can push up the field faster. Yeah. As we know, we need that Pogba.
It's that creativity.
It's
not even about pushing forward. It's about combining the pushing forward with the creativity. Would Pogba be able to do that if he played further forward if we had a CDM? You'd hope so. But that's what we need. A player who can take the team forward on counter-attacks and find that...
AJS, McTominay for a future captain, possibly. As you've seen, he's putting an amazing performance today.
Maybe. I think I'd prefer Tuanzebe. I get the vibe that because he's been club captain.
In the future, like 5 years' time,
But I don't know that I'd necessarily see Scott McTominay.
I think Maguire
leading the line.
Maguire in the short term.
Maguire and then Tuanzebe.
And then you can imagine in 5 years' time, Tuanzebe's first team centre.
Yeah.
Well, Tuanzebe from Darcy Sweeney says Tuanzebe is the best defender we have at the club.
Oh no, Maguire.
No, I do think Maguire and Aaron Wan-Bissaka obviously wasn't playing today. I think he's still a better defender, but I really rate Tuanzebe.
Indeed. Right, your comments will keep coming in. Keep you in before this video finishes. Let's look to our next game. Manchester United
Newcastle
against Newcastle. Newcastle on an unbelievably shite run. Is this a game where you put on players that need confidence and hope that they go out and get a result where they can play football, we can get the ball on the back of the net, and then you build from that? Or is it a game that you fucking think, fingers crossed we don't lose this? Or
Yeah,
even
sorry,
that?
it's not fingers crossed we don't lose it. It should be, boys, we've had a tough run of form. Go out there and embarrass Newcastle.
Yeah.
Win
Best team.
Have a dominant 3-0 performance or something like that, where it's professional, it's organised.
I don't think we've had a professional performance for a long time.
Since Chelsea.
Chelsea was just
Was it?
like,
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
they?
well, that's true, yeah.
They was
Astana wasn't professional. Rochdale was so far from professional.
Rochdale
But that Rochdale was effectively where we put out a team that was kind of like, listen, we want to introduce you guys to first team football in front of a big crowd, and we were appalling. So fuck that. Get our best team out. Trash
Win the game.
them. Trounce them.
That's a
go back home.
I would happily take a 2-0 victory over Newcastle. That's a we need to win this game.
Side of the time.
Let's get you a quick man of the matches in. I know some people said there wasn't one, but if you could pick one from United, who stood out today, James?
I guess McTominay. I mean, it feels kind of cheap almost to give it because
I agree with the people who are saying we
much.
shouldn't be giving out man of the matches until we have confidence in the team again. But if we're going to give out a man of the match of the game, it has to be Scott McTominay.
He's a sign of maybe good things to come. He is the silver lining to the cloud.
It has to be Scott McTominay.
It's a big old cloud.
It's a curvy road that Ole is at the wheel on. And maybe we don't make it, but maybe at the end of it, there's something nice.
Yeah, maybe we'll look back and laugh.
And we'll leave you on a positive note like that. Right, so you got fan cams coming up, Stretford Paddock with some mint videos coming out as well. Hit subscribe. I think there's another quiz video coming out, Cam.
Yeah.
What's the quiz called again?
End to
end.
Came up with that name on the spot.
Yes, it did. Fan cams, all that. Thank you very much for watching the watch along and for watching this. I've been Jones with James. Say goodbye, James. This one.
Bye.
This has been Patrick.
Goodbye.
We'll do a dramatic sort of. We drew at home 1-1 wave. It's all right. Bye. See you in a bit. Bit shit.